Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Back so soon. Today we're going to start our Christmas series. We're going to be making body powder today. Of course nothing's in here, it's just an empty container. And we're going to get started. I'm going to go over the ingredient list first and then I'm going to show you how to make it. Hope you enjoy it. We need a big bowl, big blue bowl or green bowl, whatever kind of bowl that you have. We need oats. It can be quick oats, any kind of oats. I usually buy store brand for this. You don't have to get fancy because after all you're just going to rub it on your body or parts of your body. I use honey powder. We're going to be using lavender. We're going to be using baking soda. Any brand will do. We're going to be using tapioca starch in place of cornstarch, which happens to be gluten-free if that's a concern for some of you. So tapioca starch. We're going to be using rice flour. We're going to use orange peel powder. These are the scents that I like. So we're also going to have bergamot oil, and we're going to have orange oil. I think that's all the ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me set this over to the side for a second. We're going to first start off with our tapioca starch. And we're going to get a cup of that. See, that's nice and white. Nice and silky, too. That's 1 full cup. And we'll set that to the side. We're going to do a half a cup of the rice flour. Okay. We're going to do a half a cup of baking soda. This powder not only is very silky on the skin, helps keep it nice and dry, especially in the winter. I don't know about you guys, when I'm wearing those sweaters, sometimes I get overheated, I'm kind of hot, I'm kind of itchy. But we're going to do a half a cup of baking powder. That's about a half a cup, I think. You know me and my measurements. Oh my goodness. We have lavender flower, of course. Ooh, they smell so good. You don't want to put the whole flowers in there. I'm sure that there's a way you can do that. But the way that I do mine is, let's bring this out. I grind my flowers up. The reason I have the plastic on it is because I want to maintain the scent. I ground this a little bit earlier. In my spice grinder, I grind up the lavender flowers so that they're a little bit more of a powder. We're going to put that in. And that's 2½ tablespoons. And that's heaping tablespoons that were ground in the spice grinder. As far as the honey powder, all it is, let's see what the ingredients are for the honey powder. Honey and sucrose, you know, honey and sugar. I ground 1½ teaspoons of the honey powder to turn it into a powder. And we're going to put that in the bowl. Let me move these starches over to the side. The orange peel powder, which smells sort of like an orange, a little bit more like the peel actually. We're only going to put a teaspoon of that. You don't want to put too much of that. Mainly is to give it a citrus type smell. And we're going to grind the oats. The reason I say that for last is because I want you to see how easy it is to make oat flour yourself. So let's go over to the other counter and I'll show you how I do it. I have a half a cup of oats here. And my spice grinder, which I used a little bit earlier. I think that holds just about a half a cup. Put that in there. And I got this spice grinder, by the way, at a thrift store. So if you're ever out and you see spice grinders or old blenders or things like that, pick them up because you can use them in your kitchen instead of for your food products. Since you're not eating these things, you're doing hair products or gift type products or some type of homemade products, you can use it. It's kind of loud, so I'm going to start grinding, and I'll come back in just a second, so let's pause for just a second. Hey guys, I'm about done with the grinding. Let's get this unplugged and see what we got. Oh, look at that. Those oats ground up really nice. As you can see, they grind up very easy. Quick way to make oat flour. A nice way to make things, especially if you have a kid with chicken pox to put in their bath. Why buy Vino when you can make it at home yourself? And that's a half a cup of oats. And we're going to put these oats into the powder that we're making. Put that in. Let's get everything mixed up first. Let me move and have a little bit more space. And in our bowl, for a recap, we have tapioca starch, rice flour, we have ground honey powder, we have baking soda, we have ground oats, ground lavender flowers, orange peel powder, and we're going to put a few more things in there, but we're going to come back to that in a second. Oh man, you can smell that lavender. You can see it kind of changed it from white to a dirty white color. But lavender throughout the powder. And let's put a little bit on my hand here. Rubs in. Has just a slight bit of grit, but that doesn't bother me one bit. Because I want it to be a little bit more fragrant, this is the tricky part. We're going to add bergamot and orange oil to the mix, just for a little bit more scent, and also it kind of preserves things a little bit. We're going to put some drops in here and keep whisking, keep whisking. I don't know how many drops that is, ladies. I kind of just eyeball it most of the time. Put a little bit of the orange oil too. That's maybe 30 drops total. We're going to set that to the side. As you can see, the drops are in there. We're going to stir that up real good, and then we're going to get it into a container. You put what you like in your flour. I'm crazy today, but we're not going to edit that out. I am just saying all kinds of words. You can tell I've been out in the rain and my hair is just all over the place. Let me get my jar. I'll be right back. Once I get up my body powder, all ready just the way I want it, you're not going to put it into your little container. This is just an empty powder container from powder that I had a long time ago. As you can see, I save containers for a lot of things. We're going to put this in our glass jar because glass keeps things nice and dry, nice and clean. Glass does not absorb odors. I would use the funnel, but you remember what happened last time. Plus, I can't find my dry funnel. We're going to keep this in the jar for maybe a week until the oils and things get all through there. And then when we're ready to decant this into the bottle, one little secret, ladies, rice. See little bits of rice. Put your rice in there, put your powder in your container. That way, even if you got a few little clumps, shake it up and apply it. I hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you like it. If you have any questions, I have several new things coming. But this, with a pretty bow and a nice label, excellent, excellent homemade gift. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good day.